Convicted UK terrorist sues pub over deeply offensive sign. Guys, if you haven't heard about this, the absolute state of things. Okay. A convicted terrorist is suing a centuries old British pub over its sign, claiming that it is racist and xenophobic, despite its historical significance. Khalid Baqa, I think that's how you pronounce it, a 60-year-old who previously served time. He served hard time for spreading jihadi materials. I think he spent like 4 years in prison, or he was like sentenced to 4 years, is demanding 1,850 pounds in damages from the Saracen's Head Inn in Chesham, insisting that the sign, which depicts a bearded man with a turban, quote, instilled worry and fear in him. Emotional distress. Well, walking through the area, I was
No,
shocked and deeply
wait.
offended by what I saw, Baca stated in his legal claim, adding that he has now stopped all the terrorism stuff. I wish I was
Oh,
making this up.
no
Pub
way.
landlord Robbie Hayes dismissed the lawsuit as ludicrous, questioning why a name that has existed on this pub for 500 years is suddenly offensive. Quote, I don't think one man can change the historic name of a pub because he doesn't like it, Hayes says. Baca has hinted at targeting other pubs because apparently there's a bunch of other pubs around the UK with the name Saracen's Head. Despite he's going to target other pubs if he wins, despite no records of his previous complaints, sparking outrage over what many see as an absurd attempt to rewrite British heritage through legal threats. So this is absolutely just like beyond parody. So this dude who was literally caught, tried, and convicted for disseminating terrorist propaganda materials in the UK, served, I think, around 4 years, 2 to 4 years in jail. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he served time for spreading pro jihadi propaganda. Okay, that's a crime. Now suddenly feels deeply offended by the fact that there is a little pub that has a dude and its name is Saracen's Head. Because he's saying that it basically like promotes violence because it's racist. It promotes beheading, I guess. He said that it brought up painful memories of the crusade. It's like I don't even know where to begin. I honestly don't even know where to begin. It stilled worrying and fear in me since it was clearly xenophobic, racist, and inciting violence to certain people.
Wow.
He was jailed for
So
4
they
years and
got
8 months for after admitting to 5 counts of dissemination of terrorist publications. There's also rumors that he plans to, if he wins this case, that he is going to sue other pubs with this name, because apparently there's several, and that he's going to take the damages that he is awarded and donate them to charities for orphans in Syria and Gaza. Allegedly, that's a rumor. Like, I don't even know where to begin with this one, Armin. It's so insane. It's so insane.
so the guy who is promoting ideas of killing people and beheading people and waging jihad on the infidels is saying that this
Delegitimizing
is
the
too
British
much.
state.
Yes, but this emotional damage. Like I might want to cut your head off for being an infidel,
But I'm
but you
sensitive.
cannot. But I'm also a sensitive little snowflake, and this is a
Yeah.
crime that you're committing on me. Wow. Oh my god. Like
I think
jihadists
that
have feelings too,
this is a
guys.
racist
Jihadists
depiction,
have feelings. You know.
a racist depiction of an Arab or a Turk. Like, genuine question. You can see the little head in the back. I mean, maybe it's historically inaccurate how the dude would have dressed. I don't know. We have plenty of people who are Arab and Turkic, like, in our community. Are you guys offended by this? Does this look racist? Like, genuine question. In this image, to me, like, he looks quite dignified.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, I don't know, like Charlie Hebdo, like, the caricatures are obviously very exaggerated, like, um extreme. Like, I could see why someone would call that racist, but this, it doesn't look like a
It's not racist.
extreme.
It looks handsome. He
No,
looks
the
good.
dude looks good. And by the way, he's saying that it's like, oh, this is gonna be about beheading or whatever. As far as I can tell, this man's head is connected to his shoulders.
Yeah, he's connected.
It's not like it's a beheaded skull, like, holding
Yeah.
it. I'm like, he seems to be fully embodied, well-dressed man. Um, I don't I
I mean,
genuinely don't get this one. But I think what is so frustrating is when this happens to small business owners. Like, you're already dealing with enough absolute bullshit, but now you have to deal with the pain in the ass of finding a lawyer, finding the right lawyer, finding someone to represent you, paying for their hours, paying for them to address this in court, going through appeals. Like, they're just it's just punishing him and his time and everything that could be directed towards much better things in his life than dealing with this absolute pain in the ass annoyance over nothing. Over freaking nothing. And you know what, Armin, can you explain something to people? I just kind of want to make a point that sometimes it is okay to judge a book by its cover, because a lot of people don't know why this man's beard is orange and what it specifically means. But it actually has a
okay.
meaning. So I can judge a lot about him because his beard is that freaking
Well, I
horrible,
mean,
ugly color of
very.
orange.
I mean, I don't know if he colored it, but very religious Muslims consider there's hadiths that Muhammad colored his beard, and that's why they're following the way of the Prophet. And I think that he's coloring it. Yeah. So
Oh,
if you have to be
visibly.
very, yeah. So yeah, if he's coloring it, that means that, because I mean, yeah, it's obvious that he's coloring it, but we do have, for some reason, there are relative to the population of gingers, there are more revert ginger Muslims. Uh, there are too many revert ginger Muslims relative to the population size. I don't
Why are
understand
the
that, right?
gingers reverting to Islam? That's
Yeah,
a question for a different
ginger.
day. That's a question for
That's
a
yeah.
different day.
This guy is not ginger, but there is a ginger problem that we have when it comes to reverting to Islam, as they say,
But
right?
the moral of the story
Um,
being, if you see a dude that has this horrible color of orange, because this is not a natural orange, but this
yes,
dyed
yes,
orange, it's because someone is extremely conservative.
yes. So, yeah. So that's what the prophet. So some Muslims, there are certain Muslims that are so fundamentalist that they think that every single thing that Muhammad did has to be copied. Everything that he did, right? So if we have hadith that Muhammad colored his beard, they will do it. Yeah. So that's what that's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but let me actually. Dee was saying that the comments are really good in this article,
Do we
so
wanna
let's
watch
look at them.
the videos that you found first?
Oh, there's a video. There's a
Dalem, you
video.
only you only you only freaking download one of you only downloaded one of them.
Oh wait, there's two for this one.
There was 2.
Okay, I will download the other
Okay, I'll
one.
play this one.
Okay, wait. Let me unmute it first. Let me unmute it because I don't know why you cannot unmute it. But
Okay,
go ahead.
thank you.
Yeah.
Came home one day and found a letter demanding 2 grand from you. What was your reaction?
At first, just shock, really. I thought it might have been some kind of scam, but because it was from HM courts and tribunals, I quickly realised it wasn't. And then upon reading into the story and his claim that he actually came here, which I dispute, there was then several lines of different, what he called offences for the actual signage.
Have you ever had any issues with your signage? Has anyone ever come into your pub and said, that's a racist sign, take it down?
Never, nothing like that, no. I mean, as you've been saying, this has been the name of this pub for 500 years, and yet now, suddenly,
yes,
a convicted terrorist is coming after you for it. What are his grounds?
He reading into the writ, he said he was scared for his life actually walking past the sign that incited violence.
If I was this dude and this became my life, like, I don't even know how you cope. I don't even know how you.
Oh my god. The guy is speechless. The anchor, the man is speechless. A convicted terrorist. Like, I was afraid for my life because the name of the store. I'm going to sue you. How is this real? Wow. How is this real?
Low T terrorists, soyed out terrorists. Is this what the world has come to? Even our terrorists are betas.
Towards a certain race.
God.
I mean, that's quite incredible, isn't it, Robbie? I do wonder if perhaps having a convicted terrorist after your pub and writing to you like this, demanding money, saying that the sign of your pub is racist, might in fact be slightly scary for you.
Well, to be honest, it was someone else flagged it to me when I looked into it legally, whether he actually had a case, and I was quite rightly informed he probably doesn't. I was asked to take a moment to Google him, and it was at that point I realised, yeah, like you rightly said, he is a convicted terrorist.
No, I mean, it's just an incredible and stunning...
yeah.
No, sorry. I think there's a bit of a delay on the line there, Robbie. But clearly, this is deeply concerning for many people. Not just for you, your financial stability, but also your safety, but the culture and the heritage of the country.
Of course. Yeah, it is part of our heritage. There's several Saracens' heads up and down the country, and where's he going to stop with this? Upon probing him further about the actual offensive nature of the sign, he whittled it down to the fact that the word head was the part that offended him. So, is he going to, what are we going to do with pubs called the King's Head, the Queen's Head? I mean, where will this ever stop? It's quite incredible, really. I don't know.
It's quite incredible. None of them know how to explain what's happening.
Terrorist versus Chad barkeeper.
Wow.
Okay, let's check out this one.
Well, yeah. Let me
Sorry, can you unmute it
first.
again? I don't know why it keeps doing this.
No,
Thank
I
you.
do it. I unmute it because I mute it because when you bring it up, it starts playing. Just a little bit of it. Yeah. So
Okay, we're a work in progress.
Okay.
And then it went on to list demands. He wanted, I think, £400 for it being racist, 400 for being xenophobic, 500. I can't remember something I can't even pronounce.
This man,
and a couple of hundred for himself.
Yeah, this man with a ridiculous beard needs to be put back in jail. He was jailed for 4 years. How can he was jailed for 4 years, Khalid Baqa, for terrorists? He was convicted Islamic
giving
terrorist.
out leaflets, yeah.
And he wants to sue you for having a pub called the Saracen.
I think he's misunderstanding because we have the King's Head, the Bull's Head. I think he thinks it means a decapitated head, which it doesn't.
I think he's stupid, ignorant, and I also think that the people.
You know what this is called? This is called projecting. When you're like, oh, we're talking about a head. Does it mean beheading?
Like where I come from, when you talk about heads, you are talking about beheadings. Yeah.
Like, we call that a self-report. We call that a self-expose. Because here, when we talk about a head, we're actually talking about it being connected to the shoulders, usually. And that's like understood, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking embarrassing, man.
Oh my God.
People who are actually encouraging him and sending these letters are not fit for purpose. Have I made myself
He shouldn't be
clear?
going to court. Do the court have to accept any writ if it's written in? Is that the reason? Because surely it'll get thrown out anyway.
From what I believe, this is the new modern equivalent of a small claims court. So he's actually just gone online on the internet, pressed some buttons, paid a fee, and fired this letter off to me.
Okay.
I question he's ever actually been in this town.
No, the funny thing is that he claims that he went into this pub and talked to them and complained to them all this stuff. Excuse me if I'm a little bit skeptical about a man who's clearly this fundamentalist walking into a pub. Excuse me if I'm a little skeptical.
Maybe he went for research purpose. It's okay to go to a pub as a Muslim for research purposes. Yes.
Very studious.
I'm just researching. Oh God. Oh, that's good.
And then it went on to list.
Oh, whoops! It's starting over. Absolutely.
Okay, let's go here.
It's insane. Yeah. Okay. D found some good comments.
Yeah.
These are funny. Exactly. Why is this racist? It's not like the Saracen's head is on a pike.
Okay.
Yeah, you can literally see the in the painting. You can see his neck and his collar. Like,
yeah.
such a freaking joke. If it was on if it was freaking on a steak, I might understand. It's a little graphic. There are pubs all over.
It still wouldn't be racist because that's just one guy. But yeah, go on.
There's pubs all over England with names like King's Head, Queen's Head, Black's Head, replaced with pictures of black horses, Bull's Head, etc. They're just pictures of people's heads. He thinks that it's inciting violence because being Muslim, he thinks it's about beheading. Like, I think if I actually look, sometimes the simplest answer is the most likely. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a Muslim. I hear head. I think beheading. Oh God! What the hell? That's fair. Yeah.
Well, yeah. This person is saying, call it Knights Templar or Crusaders in, and then watch the meltdown. I feel like I've been to England and seen pubs with like paintings of. I mean, maybe it wasn't called the Knights Templar. Maybe they just had a painting of one. I don't know. I could be making things up, but it's not crazy. I hope, well wishes to the pub owner. The good news is that he probably got a lot of publicity from this. And I hope his business is doing well. So if he's getting some publicity from this, people coming to show their support, then maybe he, I hope that benefits him.
Yeah.
What?
I'm so tempted to say something regarding the health cost of alcohol, but I'm just gonna stop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. New research just dropped, guys. Like, any amount of alcohol could cause 7 different types of cancer, are a direct result of drinking any amount of alcohol. Just throwing it out. If you go to a pub, I'm pretty sure they have things other than alcohol. And this is, a lot of people think that this is because I used to be. They're like, oh, Armin, his Islam is showing he's anti-alcohol. No, I'm a health freak. Yeah.
It's true.
That's nothing to do with Islam. Yeah,
that's true.
I eat pork.
Well, I'm glad you got that out because I could see the vein pulsing down your forehead.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, sorry.
Get it out. It's okay.
Okay, he's like, okay, thanks, Dad.
We got a bunch of super chats. Some these are in relation to our last story. Oh, I thought this was funny. They're saying, why do gingers revert? Okay, guys, I think for the betterment of the world, like, just don't bully any gingers.
Yes, yes.
Just don't bully any gingers. They might revert to Islam.
Maybe actually is because they are bullied and they need a community
That's what
to
I'm saying.
feel. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. Maybe all the jokes, like anti-ginger jokes, and all the bullying makes some of them convert to Islam because of the community and the acceptance.
All these freaking infidels telling me I got no soul. Okay, my brothers over here, they telling me I have a soul.
Yes, exactly. That might be the reason. Actually.
Okay, so let's go through the comments. Gasian American, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Saying Mufti Armin, a woman in Alabama, received a gene-edited pig kidney. Is this halal? Does the Quran have a minimal definition of pig? And Happy New Year. So Mufti Armin, please give us your ruling. Everyone use the Mufti
Yes.
Armin emoji.
It is for health reasons. Yes.
To save your life.
For example, yeah, to save your life for health reasons, then it's allowed. I mean, for example, if you're starving and you need food, Islam allows you to eat pig, for example, because for health reasons it's allowed.
Okay. Thank you, Mufti Armin. Another ingenious ruling. Erkan is celebrating his membership. Thank you, Erkan. Saying hello from Izmirnistan. Happy New Year.
Hello. Happy New Year. Yes.
Erkan gave a super chat saying England on the quest to becoming Englistan. Which is funny because isn't the word that you use
That's
for
the
England
name of England.
Yeah, in Farsi, that literally is the word.
Yeah, in many countries, England. I mean, Englistan is just England. So Estan means land of. England means the land of right? So Englistan, Angles, yes. So Englistan literally is just the same as England. In many countries, including Iran, England is already referred to as Englistan, which means the land of Engles.
On the quest to becoming already is. Guys.
Yes.
Creeping Sharia confirmed. It already is.
Yeah, we've been calling England Englistan since I was since forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that idea. It's like a conspiracy, and it's like it already was. Always has been.
Always has been.
Dan Dave gave a super chat saying Mo colored his hair to impress all the girls. MILFs in his life, especially Zainab. This guy slept with all girls of all ages from 9 to 50. Do you know if there's any reason why he colored his beard? Is that
he was very self-conscious. I know
Yeah.
that because I mean, first of all, the stories are not real. I'm talking about a fictional story. But the character seemed to have been very self-conscious because there are some stories that showed that he was very upset regarding the smell of his mouth. So he went out of his way to make sure. I think he got like a comment regarding his like he was very self-conscious about how he looked, about his smell, and stuff like that.
I really liked the videos that Apostate Prophet has done about how hypersexualized this character of Muhammad was. Like his sex drive is described as something that sounds almost like a crippling disability.
Well,
the level of sex drive and libido, I'm like, that sounds like an impairment.
But they brag about it. Like I remember in Iran, like they were like, "Oh, Muhammad was capable like to have sex like as much as 50 men, right? Like basically the sex capability of 50 men." And they were saying that as if like as a bragging, like oh my god, look at our prophet. Like no man can have this much sex. Our prophet has the most sex.
that I don't know. Look, I'm not a man, but that doesn't sound like a great way to live your life. That sounds like an impairment to me.
It sounds
So,
like sex addiction. It's like
well, yeah, that's what I'm
it's good
saying.
to
Like, we call that an
it's
impairment.
good to it's good to enjoy sex, but there's a line that it turns into an addiction after that. Yeah.
Yeah. Gaijin is also celebrating his membership for 36 months, proposing a pub with the name The Savior's Head with blessed wine. Well, then you would need a priest, or if you're Catholic, you'd need to be having a permanent mass, just constantly having mass to bless that wine. So, and Kenny gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Kenny. That's very generous.
Thank you.
Dan gave a super chat saying, Armin, was the Iranian ruler Nadir Shah an atheist? He was a hated figure in India for his brutal Indian invasion, but that was not religiously motivated.
Oh no, he was not an atheist. But yeah, religious people do many things that are not religiously motivated. Just because he did something that is not religiously motivated, that doesn't make him an atheist. Yeah.
Yeah. And Dan gave another super chat saying Judaism has its issues, but it's actually the best Abrahamic religion. They keep their stuff to themselves, which is so much better.
I mean, a lot of
I don't know
people
if
in
I agree.
Israel
What I've seen from very high control
right.
Jewish communities
Okay,
is horrible. I mean, it affects less people, but I'm not gonna it still matters to those people.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that come out of ultra Orthodox communities that have their lives have been devastated, and they might disagree with you on that. I would give you the fact that because it's not a universal religion, there's a lot less harm associated with it.
The
right?
meme
Because
stays contained.
Yes, because it's not trying to expand. Okay, but within the places that it does exist, when among its very religious ultra Orthodox community, it does cause a lot of harm to children, to women, to LGBT, to many other people. Yeah.
And Gaijin gave another super chat saying Krishna depicted himself 10,000 times to please 10,000 princesses. Step up your game, Muhammad. You know what, Gaijin? You're right. And this is to combat all the love jihad slander.
To be fair to, yes. Yeah, and you know, I have been speaking against Hinduism many times, but I want to defend Hinduism. Krishna's sex adventures. Oh, Susie just. Oh no, he's your back. Krishna's sex adventures were all consensual. All those women were loving every second of it. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it was. It was consensual. She didn't.
I don't know. I think there's a story of a lot of those gopis being underage. I think a lot of those gopis were underage.
Okay, ignore that part. Okay, let's assume that. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna even say anything. Okay, if they were not underage, the stories shows that Krishna rizzed all of them up. Okay, it was not like he captured them in battle like Muhammad or stuff like that. Right? Yeah. No capturing a woman in battle, just rizzing. Okay, if they're underage, then I will take all that back.
Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do! And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.